Good. 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 And out. How's it going, everyone? I'm Dr. Brian here at Advanced Health Chiropractic down in the South Loop of Chicago. And today I'm here with our longtime patient, Kelly. Kelly has had horrible migraines since how old?
2 years old.
2 years old. So we've been treating her for a while and she's gotten up and down with results. Recently, since we started adding in a lot more soft tissue into the mix, she's done a lot better. And so that's exactly what we're going to show you today. How chiropractors can help with migraines and headaches for patients that have had them for a very long time. We're going to start off with the adjustment and then we'll start doing some of the soft tissue at the end. So it's pretty much standard. We're going to do a full spine adjustment on Kelly. We're going to start off with the orthostim in the top of the head.
Wow, hey Kelly. Rocking out the YouTube vids.
Absolutely.
Okay,
go ahead and breathe in for me. And out. Good. Good. And if you couldn't tell, Kelly is a very small person, so we don't need to thrust very hard. Go ahead and breathe in. And out. Good. Knee up. Elbow. Go ahead and breathe in. And out. There we go. On your back. Okay, so before we do the cervical adjustment, we're going to feel out some of the soft tissue, mainly her suboccipital muscles. And the suboccipital muscles contain 3 separate muscles: rectus capitis posterior major, superior oblique, and inferior oblique. And they form a triangle in the back of her head where the greater occipital nerve passes through. And if those muscles get really tight, they can pinch off that nerve and create a lot of stress and tension wrapping into the brain. Gives you a really bad stress headache. Now Kelly has a mixture between tension headaches and migraines. So relieving some of this pressure is definitely going to help some of the tension headaches, but might not quite address the migraines. But it's not going to hurt. So that's what we're doing right now. How's that feel, Kelly?
Okay.
Okay. So we're just going to pin it down and hold it in one place for about 30 seconds. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting a moderate amount of pressure right in that suboccipital triangle. Go ahead and tuck the chin a little bit. There we go.
What's that?
It feels better though than.
Yeah, than it has in the past,
Yes.
which is great. And then we'll move from the suboccipital triangle to the temporalis, which is on the side of her head afterwards.
Better than activation.
And what I'm doing right now is I'm just palpating the neck, seeing where the fixations are in the cervical spine, as well as kind of move up the suboccipital muscles. Find the tight one and hold it down.
But we are going to adjust it when you lay this out.
And while I'm doing that, might as well start working on the temporalis, which is right here over the temple. That's why it's called the temporalis. And so kind of pinning down and stretching out that temporalis muscle, that's going to help with nerve pain as it wraps around into the temple. Because as the tissue breaks down, you're going to get more room for the nerve to pass through without it being compressed. How's that feel?
Good.
Good. We do about 8 to 12 passes on the temporal muscle. And then I'm going to shift right there and then do the other side. We can do both at the same time. The more the merrier when it comes to soft tissue. And you want to apply just enough pressure that it's uncomfortable, but isn't like painful. But unfortunately, when you have really bad migraines and headaches, almost everything is painful. So,
Yes.
yeah, as you know. And what I'm feeling for is any type of tension within the muscle. So I'll try to drag my hand across her temporal muscle, find the part of the muscle where it's really tight and adherent, and then just do some trigger point therapy. We're going to hold that tissue down until I feel it release underneath my thumb. And that could take anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, usually. The left side's already releasing, you feel that? Good, good, good. And there goes the right side. Good, okay. So, when it comes to TMJ, or the temporomandibular joint, that could also contribute to some of the headaches and migraines that Kelly's been experiencing. And so what we're doing in the last couple days is we've been kind of stripping out that masseter muscle as well as the temporalis, which are both muscles of mastication. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna start, have Kelly close her mouth, and I'm gonna pin just below the cheekbone and open. And you're putting a moderate amount of pressure, not a lot, because you want the patient to be able to open their mouth completely, right? If you put too much pressure, it's literally gonna be impossible to open the mouth. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm putting enough pressure where you can feel it, but isn't preventing you from getting full range of motion within the TMJ. Good. And then once we do about 8 passes down, we're going to do them coming upward this way. So we start at the bottom of the mandible and then rake towards essentially the cheekbone. And it's hard to see with the mask on, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Go ahead. Good. Go ahead. Pretty much. Good.
Yeah.
That's the ticket. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Last one. And about the last, what they usually tell us is the last 10% of the stretch is the most effective part. So definitely make sure you get it all the way to end range when you do all of those soft tissue techniques. That's what we're doing here anyways. Okay. Feeling out the suboccipital muscles again, just to check out if there's any other tight spots that I missed, like right there. And that one's right on rectus capitis posterior major. And feel for the other side, same thing. Another thing you can do to help with this is have the patient tuck their chin. And what that does is it lengthens out the tissue, which makes the adhesion a little bit more apparent, and you can put a little bit more pressure into that muscle belly. And you can feel that as soon as you tuck your chin again. Yeah, kind of a little tighter, which is good. That's what we want. Look at that, you're relaxing easier. That's awesome. Good. Okay. The last part of trigger point therapy we want to do is the top of the shoulders, right? Because we have the levator muscle, which attaches from here and inserts on the superior angle of the scapula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull Kelly's shoulder, find right on top of the superior angle of the scapula, and just press down. And this is also extremely painful.
Yes.
But we're holding it there until that muscle relaxes. It's going to release tension on the nerve and give lots of relief when it comes to tension headaches and even migraines. And once I feel the muscle release, I just shift to a different part of the muscle or move on to the other side. And I'll kind of put a little bit more pressure because I'm starting to feel it release. There we go. Good. You're doing great, Kelly. Good. Okay. Good, good, good. Feeling it out. Okay, let's check the other side. Right there. Same thing. So, a lot of people ask if my hands ever get tired from doing this all day, and the answer to that is no, absolutely not. Because what I'm doing is I'm using my elbow backed up by my knee. And because I'm using the chair that kind of rolls, I can increase the pressure or decrease it without changing any pressure within my hand. So, if I wanted to put more pressure in, I just scoot forward. Because my knee's backed up behind my elbow, it feels like that. And I know I'm sure Kelly really appreciates that, me explaining that right now. And then if I want to increase pressure further than that, I'll pull her head either towards or away, depending on where in the muscle fiber I'm trying to crush or pinpoint. And then with the levator scapula, because of the angle of its pull, I can turn away and it stretches out the muscle fiber a little bit more, making it so much more comfortable. Just kidding, it's more painful. We'll hold that down for another 30 seconds and Kelly is golden. Felt the release. Okay. I'm gonna do another broad sweep of the muscles. Make sure I got everything. If there's any tightness in the suboccipitals or around the temporalis muscle, I'll do another pass through. Can't hurt. Like right there. That's pretty tight. And while I'm holding that down, I'll use my offhand and we'll go over the procerus into the frontalis. Kind of scrape across that occipital frontalis muscle. Which, if you didn't know, the back of the head is connected to the front of the head with a muscle belly here, a muscle belly on the back of the head, and then fascia in between. And so we're just massaging out and kind of breaking down tissue within that extremely thin muscle belly. And this helps a lot with neurogenic headaches. So a little bit more on the occipital frontalis. And work our way from there into the temporalis. There we go. Okay. The last thing we do for Kelly is the cervical adjustment. What that looks like, so it'll be super light. Going to contact right in our C1, C2, which is the top two cervical vertebrae. We're going to pull the head all the way over. Relax the neck. And then just tiny thrusts. Find the spot on the right there. Drop that right shoulder. There we go. Tiny pops. That's totally fine. Alrighty. Grab my elbow. Come on
Awesome.
up. You are most welcome, Kelly.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So if you liked that video, make sure you like and subscribe and share the video. And follow us on Facebook, and we'll catch you in the next one.